A woman who was given contaminated blood products when she was younger has been telling how she ended up with hepatitis C as a result. Ros Cooper was 19 when she was told she had the disease, which she claims must have come from infected plasma used to treat her thin blood.
She and her mother are about to give evidence at the infected blood inquiry in London, but before they travelled from their home in Worcestershire, they told their story to our correspondent Andy Bevan.
Ros Cooper has been doing this for most of her 45 years. She has a blood disorder called von Willebrands, similar to haemophilia, but more severe. Her blood has less than 1% of the clotting agent it needs, so safe and effective medication like this is vital to stop even the simplest injury becoming fatal.
It could be not dramatic, it could be something like eating a banana gives me a gum bleed, or it could be changing a light bulb gives me shoulder bleed, which is more dramatic because it's into a joint.
Ros, who lives in Worcestershire, was diagnosed when she was 8 months old, but the clotting agent she was prescribed came from contaminated blood. She doesn't know where, when or how often she was given it, but it wasn't until she was about to have surgery for an ankle injury that the full horror was revealed.
While I was being prepped and I sat there in my gown waiting to have my ankle up, they said, about your hepatitis C, just to tell you what we're going to do. And I didn't know what they were talking about. I had no clue I'd got hepatitis C. Well, clearly I'd been tested for it. It was on my records, but I knew nothing. So that was a massive shock.
Ros is about to tell her story to the infected blood inquiry in London as it tries to determine who knew about the dangers of contaminated products and who potentially chose to ignore them. She'll be joined on the stand by her mother, who's written a book about the family's experiences.
We trusted everybody. I couldn't believe that something like this could have been done to Ros. It wasn't logical. It wasn't. Who knows what was going on? And the more we learned, the more I was angry and confused.
It's a huge betrayal of trust, not least because as doctors you expect them to adopt the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. Well, this was harm being done and being accepted in certain quarters as being okay.
Mother and daughter will give their evidence to the inquiry on Friday, joining hundreds of victims who've waited decades to tell their stories. Ros says she's not convinced they'll get justice, but she says she wants answers that should have been given half a lifetime ago.
In my 20s, I was planning my funeral, decided what music I was going to have and thought it'd be a lovely day for everybody. But I didn't die and I'm still here and I'm still going. And it's kind of what I don't have at the moment is a future. I've never allowed myself to think about the future because I expect that I won't have one. So maybe it will give me that.